people pointing the fingers, one thing or another. You get your rear end in there and you play the way you know how to play. We can win the game. We're going to open it up. We're going to go fast tempo. Defense, get after Jordan Love. You can't give him that much time. You do what you're supposed to do, we'll win this game.
Check.
Yo, it's JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir, I'm back with another one. And yo, on first things first, Wiles and Broussard and, Nick Wright, I think it was a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, they were discussing about that contract. The reason why I'm going to react to this shit because this was about, I think, a month ago, and shit still ain't changed. And the question was, is it a smart move for the Cowboys to let Dak play this season out? And I made my videos about it and I already was like, shit, hey, we got to play this shit out. I don't think we're paying this man 55, 60 million. And so, excuse me. So they was on here discussing, should he get paid or not? Was it a good move for the Cowboys to play the wait and see game? So let's go ahead and get into this. You know what I'm saying? See what they were talking about real quick. Because I kind of agree with Nick Wright on what he was saying.
You dress like an angel for your pro day. Hey, start with Dak's contract. The general sentiment was that there was an extension coming down the interstate. Jerry did say he was all in on extending the players who are currently on the roster, but Florio, he sees it differently, writing, with no ability to tag him in 2025 and no apparent inclination to extend the deal now, the Cowboys seem to be willing to let him finish the contract and see what happens. Oh,
that's right.
Would this be a smart move by Dallas, Nick?
It'd be one of the boldest moves we've seen a team make under the current salary cap constructs. We have not seen a team willingly allow a healthy, his age, Pro Bowl level quarterback just hit free agency and roll the dice with it. And so it would be borderline unprecedented under the current, salary cap structures, franchise tags, all of that.
And then my thing is with that also is a lot of content Cowboy content creators and Dak fanboys, they scared. They scared to see what's going to happen with the Cowboys without Dak. I ain't scared of that shit. It's like they such in a fear. What will we do with who are you going to get if we don't have Dak? Then we're going to be losing. We're going to be losing. Man, let's start over. Man, these dudes so fucking scared, man, that this is only Dak. But Dak ain't took us nowhere to win no Super Bowl. He ain't been in no NFC championships. But y'all scared if we don't have him, we ain't gonna do, man. That's what?
But I've got to tell you, I would like it. Oh. I think there are a lot of different ways, and you guys know I feel this way, but I will reiterate it. To win the Super Bowl in the NFL, obviously the easiest way is have one of the two greatest quarterbacks ever, Mahomes and Brady, right, because they've won a disproportionate amount, in the salary cap era. But if you don't have one of those guys, there's a lot of ways to do it. Young quarterback. Oh, you're the young, cheap quarterback, mid-level quarterback with an amazing supporting cast, below average quarterback with this amazing defense. We've seen a lot of different versions. The thing we have not seen is mediocre quarterback on superstar quarterback money. And if we look at, and there's a bunch of numbers being thrown at you real quick, I'll just put it up and I'll walk you through it. The key here is that's their cap hit and the rank. So Mahomes and Brady were able to do it with top 5 cap hits, make the Super Bowl. Mahomes won it obviously back-to-back with the second and the highest. The only other one that if you're the Cowboys going to extend Dak, you're like Matt Ryan 2016, with the third highest cap hit, but that year Matt Ryan won league MVP, they had the Shanahan system, all of that. There really is no precedent for it. So I just feel like if Dak's right now, if Dak's agent right now is saying starts at $60 million a year, guys.
Starts at 60?
Yeah,
reports or he wants?
Yeah, 60. I mean, that's where it would be, Wilds. And that's what I've been telling you guys, that it would be 3 years, 180 to start with, almost all guaranteed.
But see, the thing is with that, they saying they're starting at 60. I think it's gonna be in the range from 55, probably, you know what I'm saying, to 60. But still, like, I think 55 is too much for Dak right now. And the thing is, that he's not gonna take no team-friendly deal, man. He's not gonna do that. So even if the Cowboys do wait, I don't think they care about waiting if the other quarterbacks get signed. If I think who's left? Tua left. Trevor Lawrence left. It's another quarterback that's still left to get signed. I'm trying to say Baker Mayfield or somebody else, but regardless of the market, and I don't really think they care if those quarterbacks get signed. That's why they still waited this long. I think they go on with the, like I've been saying, not I think, I know. They're going with the precedence of that. You're going to have to play this season now, homeboy. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to play this season now, homeboy.
I might roll the dice instead, bro, and risk getting back on that quarterback carousel rather than lock myself into having to tear down a team so I can pay the 9th or 10th or 11th best quarterback in football like he's the first, second, or third.
Well, first of all, we have to realize this may be spin. Okay, this may be the Cowboys putting this out there to the media. Right, because this is being reported in a lot of different places that they may be putting this out to the media to try to get some leverage. Because Dak has all the leverage.
Hold on, let me speak on that. Let me speak on that part right there. They talk about Dak got the leverage, and they went and got Trey Lance to supplement that leverage that they say Dak got. I mean, what? I mean, other than having a no trade clause and he can't get a franchise tag. I don't think they're gonna try to franchise tag him anyway. So you can throw that shit out. And the no trade clause, I think that's my second part to him. The one or the two option part to him not even being with the Cowboys. One, they play the season out and they move on to Trey Lance. Unless he win the Super Bowl. 2, he get frustrated, I think, by mid-August, before the regular season start. He ain't got no contract. He might waive his no trade clause, especially by August, because that give him time to get with another team, get a count, whatever. Only reason why I think he might not do that is because he would have to do that, and it would take a lot of time, which he could just go and play the season out. And then with the Cowboys, and then if you feel like he played good enough and the Cowboys still don't re-sign him, he done, put out some more film, and then some more things to probably sign with another team. But as far as Dak really having a leverage, his only leverage to me is the no trade clause, and the fact that he's not gonna take a team-friendly deal, and that shit still keep getting. The pressure keeps the mountain in that shit by August. If the leverage he got is the no trade clause, which he will have to waive it, and then all the leverage, I don't think he got as much leverage as people keep saying he do, bro. Straight up, I don't think he got that much leverage. By the contract statute and looking at it, he will have the leverage. But if you look at the fact that he has the you can't franchise tag him, Cowboys wasn't gonna franchise tag him anyway. So you could throw that part out. So let's really look at it. You know what I'm saying? Now that they went and got Trey Lance, and Trey Lance gonna get all the snaps throughout mini camp, training camp, preseason. He gonna get all those snaps. So we gonna see what Trey Lance gonna be about. And bro, let's go.
I'm kind of with you. At first I was thinking, oh, they gotta sign him. They gotta extend him. Because I don't think they should be willing to move on from Dak. Even though he is 8th, 9th, whatever, somewhere between 6 and 10 or 11 as far as quarterbacks. But the thing is, if they let him play out this year and they don't win the Super Bowl, it's not like they can't re-sign him as a free agent.
Correct.
And this is where I think it's starting to make sense. Because when I first started seeing these reports, I was like, look, they got to sign him. You don't want to go from that 5-6 year stretch where you were between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo. And you're just searching for a quarterback. All right, they're not good enough. As good as they are, they're not good enough, I don't think, to have a bad or mediocre quarterback and really be a contender. So I want to keep Dak, okay? But if this year it's $60 million a year, which is those what the reports are saying, Kirk Cousins, and I guess you weren't, are you looking at his age? Is that why you didn't consider? Okay.
Yeah, because he's 36 and coming off an Achilles.
Right. Now, he just got 45 years.
Yes.
So what if they let Dak play on this prove-it year? They go out in the second round again. He's open.
I don't know. The Falcons been getting a lot of hate for them getting pennies. But actually, I thought that shit was kind of smart, though. Because, yeah, they signed Kirk Cousins to a $45 million deal and shit, but, bro, he just coming off that Achilles. I'm thinking they signed him with a 3-year deal. So I give Kirk Cousins 2 years, but they don't know how he's going to react coming off that Achilles. And they got a top 5 quarterback, young quarterback, that's just waiting in them. Man, come on, bro. To me, that was a smart move by the Falcons. I don't know why people hate them for it. Some of their own fans and shit hate them for them, but I think it was a smart move.
Okay, whatever. But they want to bring him back. They let him enter free agency. Is somebody giving him $60 million a year? The most he might get might be $52 million a year. So you're better off signing him next year as a free agent, I think, unless you win the Super Bowl and you're willing to pay him whatever. So financially, it could make sense for them.
So that's this is where I think the leverage could flip back to the Cowboys. Right now, the leverage is you can't tag me, you can't trade me. I'm going to be a free agent. My cap hit's enormous. If I'm not on your team because of how you structured it, you have $40 million in dead money next year, all of it. If the Cowboys were to, I don't want to say call that bluff, but be like, we're just going to let this year play out. Then this happens. How much is being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys worth to Dak Prescott? Because I was thinking about...
He's not nearly as big as he is right now if he's playing for another team.
Exactly. That's my point. And what are the teams that we think would be in the market for a quarterback a year from now? Because a lot of them are, the Patriots, for example, we think are drafting a guy this year. We know the Bears are. So I made a list, by the way. Tennessee could be, if Will Levis is gone. The Raiders, if they don't draft a guy, are on the list. Seattle, maybe. Okay. And then potentially both of the New York teams.
You didn't put the Broncos.
The Jets and the Giants. I think the Broncos are drafting a guy this year.
Okay.
But the Raiders or Broncos, one of them will be. So the 2 New York teams are intriguing as possibilities. Right. But everywhere else, if I'm the Cowboys and I'm saying Dak Prescott, man, if this is about winning, we're in a better position than Seattle, Vegas, or Tennessee. And if it's about money, how much more money are they going to pay you that is then going to cost you in that you are now the Tennessee Titans starting quarterback?
Dak don't want to take a team-friendly deal.
Exactly.
You're not going to do it.
To the AFC in that scenario.
Right.
Stay in the NFC.
And so I know I'm kind of picking those teams, but there's only 32 teams. We know 25 of them would not be in the market for Dak.
Look, only a few teams went out. Nobody was willing to break the bank for Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do think if they let it, I know he wanted the fully guaranteed deal.
No, but I think.
But let Dak go out there next summer next offseason, I don't think anybody's offering him $60 million.
Only a
So it
few
could
were
be
willing
smart.
to go out for Kirk, too, when he was available.
So the question is Dak the guy? And as you said, how much is the star in your helmet?
Nope. He's not the guy. He's not the guy that the Joneses want. Because if Dak was the guy that the Joneses wanted, that extension been done. It would have been done. It would have been done. No man, when a man wants something and he got the means to get it, he gonna get it. If he really want it, he gonna get it. Jerry Jones got the means to sign Dak. But how bad do we want him?
Work. So this is Josh's graphic about the last two Cowboys quarterbacks, Romo and Dak. Very similar numbers, and we've seen Romo sort of walk into a king's fortune on broadcasting. He's a solid broadcaster.
Because they wanted Romo. They believed in Romo.
Constructive criticism.
His popularity is ebbs and
why.
flowed, but some people love him, some people don't. That's the life of it.
But I think it would be silly to look around and say, all right, there's a handful of major networks, and two of them, between Troy and Tony,
bro,
are
ain't finna do that.
headed on the broadcast because they were, Cowboys
don't be
quarterbacks.
dependent on that.
Is he getting all these deals off the
Depending on that shit.
non-football deals if he's on the Titans?
He's not.
I've said this, and I know it's like anathema to take less money. But I think he should be like, look, let's 53 a year, 52, 53 million a
Telling
year.
you.
So he hasn't.
Dak is not going to take a team-friendly deal.
And win a Super Bowl.
Right. It helps you keep Mike. I know they're going to keep Mike and CD anyway, but it helps you keep them and get them extended now.
It helps you go get
I just think
D tackles in free agency.
If I were Dallas,
It helps you get linebackers in free agency.
Dak is old enough, and I would not be so terrified of, oh my God, how awful we're going to look if we let this guy leave.
Exactly. Exactly what I said. And you got these cowboy content creators and some of these cowboy fans, they scared out they scared out their draws. That the thought of the possibility of Dak not being the quarterback for the Cowboys and how our team will be. I'm like, man, let's start over. I'll go 4-13, bro. Because I'm a fan longevity of the team. Not just this one player and Dak Prescott. How can you get rid of a runner up the MVP? He led in the league in touchdown passes in the regular season. He knows the system. He's been here. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. I'll start over. And to me, like what Nick's saying or about to say is exactly my motherfucking sentiments. Be so fucking scared of how we gonna be without Dak Prescott being our quarterback. Y'all weak, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all got some weak mentalities if y'all scared what the fuck the Cowboys gonna be as a team without Dak.
There is a level.
So you think there's a possibility of that? I'm saying they're keeping him regardless.
I think that, for example, I believe Trevor Lawrence is going to get his extension this summer. If people believe Dak is better, just follow me on this, because I think I might be able to convince you.
Okay, listen.
Even if people believe Dak is better than Trevor, one of the things Trevor has going for him is because of his age and his draft position. The idea for the Jags of, oh my God, if we ruin this relationship with this guy and he goes on to reach that full potential elsewhere, that is the type of mistake you can't recover from. I don't think people are worried about that with Dak. I don't think there's a concern of, oh my God, if at 32, he goes somewhere else and reaches another level. I think we know what level Dak is at, for good or for bad. And so because of that, I think the Cowboys, if they're willing to deal with the potential distraction of this year, of him being, in a free agent year, and the cap hit of this season of $55 million, I think the smart move, the prudent move, might be to wait and see rather than tie yourself to him at a $55+ million a year for the next.
The concern, I would think, would be falling off as a team.
And that's the problem. And that's another thing with some of these Cowboys content creators and some of these fans. They scared what the team gonna look like if you don't have Dak. But what is it supposed to be then? You know what I'm saying? Is we supposed to build a team to build a championship to win the championship team to win the Super Bowl? Or do we just stutter? Take one step forward and two steps back. One step forward, two steps back. That's what we doing with that. One step forward, two steps back. He 2-6 in the playoffs. One step forward, two steps back. Do the math. Yo, this is JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's get it.
Yeah, check.